So tomorrow marks 15 years since my first wife passed away at the age of 27. And every year about this time, I like to try and take a minute to just think about her life and the impact that she had on me. Amy actually became a Christian through Faith to Faith Ministries. In fact, she was the first young person to receive Jesus through this ministry. And then I sort of built the ministry around that first testimony. After she came to Christ, we fell in love and ended up getting married. That's kind of the lore of that story. But I remember in those early days, before we were married, before we were engaged, when she'd given her life to Christ and she was just starting to kind of become a wild child and party a little bit. And I remember having some conversations with her friend group who were really struggling with her conversion. And I remember having a kind of chatting with one of her friends, Carly, who was just really upset that Amy was changing so rapidly and not doing some of the things she used to do. And I remember telling her quite forcefully that at least the Amy she knew, was dead. And that really shocked Carly. And I remember her not being happy that I said that. But of course, I was referring to the new life that she had in Christ, and that Amy had died to her sins, died to her past, her old life, and was born again into a new life with Jesus. I had no idea that in just a few short years from that point, she would be going on to meet Jesus. It makes faith to faith even more meaningful to think about um, my passion as a young person to share the gospel with other young people that I knew, and that really having an impact in the not so distant future after she became a Christian. And to this day, my passion for the gospel, my desire to see young people come to faith and people share their faith, like it's kind of embedded inside of me. Like I want to see more and more of that. So anyway, that's part of our origin story. That's how this ministry came to be. And if you're watching this video now and you're a young person, my prayer is that God will do that again and again and again, um, through the stories, through the videos, through the events, whatever expression young people come up with, that God will just continue using faith to reach the next generation for Christ.